of these people have no idea how good they have it. They take for granted just the everyday things that they have, you know.
Shalimar Bien is an Iraq War veteran with post-traumatic stress disorder. She spends her days trying to distract herself, sometimes with college courses, so that she won't lose her temper on unsuspecting strangers.
Killed when I was over there.
Once, just seeing an Arab cashier at a local gas station was enough to set her off.
He got smart with me and it just triggered me, and I just wanted to come across the desk. My partner had to drag me out of there because I was ready to come across the desk. Something snapped in me.
Her fiancé has been on the receiving end of her temper too.
You should be happy. I don't know if it's like the sleepwalk thing where she's up and doesn't realize that she's doing it. She doesn't. There's been times where she's kicked me or punched me and I'm like, okay, you know, and she's remembering Iraq.
Shalimar's experience is common among veterans with PTSD. For the most part, they are men, and society has come to understand how difficult their road home can be. But experts say that with women taking on more dangerous roles in today's wars, a record number of female vets are coming home with the same psychological wounds, and their needs are different.
I think the hardest part for women coming in is they look at a lot of their behaviors, and a lot of their behaviors they feel ashamed about and guilty about, because women aren't supposed to throw dishes, they're not supposed to punch a wall, they're not supposed to get aggressive with their spouse, they're not supposed to have feelings that they may want to hurt their child. So they tend to say, you know, people are going to think I'm crazy, so I'm not going to come in.
It was bad.
Shalimar went to Iraq with the National Guard in 2004. Her brigade surgeon took her outside the wire several times a week because she was the unit's only female medic. She was exposed to mortar attacks, the risk of roadside bombs, and the violence that all soldiers faced. She lost 2 friends when a suicide car bomber struck their convoy. But what really sticks with her are the Iraqi children, especially those who came begging for help after they were accidentally burned in the chaos of coalition raids.
I mean, it's hard when you have a mother at the gate crying and her baby's screaming in pain. They've got 3rd-degree burns all over their feet. Or you have a 15-year-old come in. She's quiet, but you know she's in pain. She's got burns, 2nd and 3rd-degree burns from here all the way down, from getting boiling hot water dumped on her and stuff like that.
Shalimar went to Iraq because she wanted to help people, American soldiers and Iraqis, and she was trained to treat these types of injuries. But there weren't enough resources to go around.
We just weren't able to help everybody, unfortunately, you know.
In 2005, Shalimar came home and struggled mostly alone with her PTSD. She says women don't receive the recognition they deserve because of the belief that only men see combat.
The common misconception back here is that there is a designated front line over there, and that's not the truth. The front line is everywhere. It doesn't matter whether you're on a post or not, because nothing is secure over there.
Now she is one of more than 8,000 female veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan who have been diagnosed with PTSD through the VA system. She regularly visits the VA hospital in Tampa, Florida, which boasts the nation's largest women's health clinic.
We're projecting, and it's projected nationally, that the number of women coming to the VA will double in the next 5 years.
Peggy Michaelonis runs the Women's Center. She served as an Army nurse in the Vietnam War and acknowledges that while the VA has come a long way in terms of caring for women, improvements can still be made.
You have to understand that VAs were typically built for your father's army and not to take care of women.
Shalimar has recently started occupational therapy at the VA to help her deal with shoulder and back injuries from Iraq.
No, the vest was too big, is what it was, and the weight caused, and they didn't have any smaller vests at the time.
She also sees Dr. Gibson, who has worked with her to figure out the right combination of medication and psychological therapy.
Women do extremely well with this type of therapy because the majority of women are very emotionally engaged. They feel comfortable talking about their feelings and their emotions. For a lot of the men, it's a lot more difficult because, I've learned through my life that I can't share my emotions. It's not okay for me to cry.
Like many combat veterans, Shalimar struggles to reconcile who she has become because of war with the happier woman she once was and the wife she wants to be.
He's been able to put up with a lot of crap with me because I've went through a lot of changes on this.
currently working on my doctorate in education at Harvey.
I mean, I still have my nightmares, I still have my night sweats, I still fight in my sleep. When is it gonna stop so I can be normal again? It just seems like a never-ending cycle.